Lara was a beautiful woman in her late 20s. She was caramel skinned, always looking fashionable, smelling nice, and walking like a queen. She worked as a receptionist in a high-end beauty spa in Lekki and knew how to present herself well. Her Instagram page was full of makeup tutorials, cute videos of her nails, and luxury quotes like, "Never settle for less when you know you deserve more." Lara believed life was too short to suffer with a man who was still trying to make it. Unfortunately, her boyfriend Emeka was smart but poor. He ran a one-man logistic business on his old motorbike, delivering food, fashion items and errands across the city. And on some days, he barely made enough to buy fuel and dinner. They had been dating for 2 years, and at first, Lara saw potential in him. Emeka had vision. He would talk for hours about how he wanted to expand his delivery work, register his company, and one day build a delivery app like Gokada. She would nod and smile, but deep down, she was actually getting tired. And then, on Emeka's 32nd birthday, Lara had dressed up in a tight red gown and gold heels. Her makeup was perfect and her hair was perfectly styled. She thought he would take her to a fancy rooftop restaurant or maybe surprise her with a gift she could post online, even though he was the celebrant. Instead, he took her to a quiet local restaurant in Surulere, the type with ceiling fans and white plastic chairs. Lara sat down, crossed her legs and stared around, frowning. "Is this where we are eating?" she asked. Emeka smiled. "I know it is not much, but the food here is good. Their jollof rice will make you forget your name." Lara ignored him and kept scrolling on her phone. After the food arrived, Emeka reached into his bag. "I got you something." He handed her a small wrapped parcel. Lara opened it and saw a wooden photo frame of both of them, smiling at the beach with the words, "One day we'll build our empire." She blinked. Is this the gifts? "I made it myself," Emeka said proudly. "It's a reminder. I may not have everything now, but one day we'll look back and say..." But Lara immediately cut him off. "Emeka, I am not hungry anymore." He looked confused. "Why? What happened?" "I am tired," Lara snapped. "Tired of pretending that I am okay with dating a delivery man. Look around, Emeka. This is not my dream life. You keep talking about one day. When is that day coming? Do you know how many of my friends laugh behind my back? You think I don't hear them mock me? She's dating a bike man. Emeka, I am embarrassed." Emeka lowered his voice. "But I am working hard, Lara. You know how many orders I deliver in a day. I am saving up for a van." "You've been saving for 2 years, Emeka," Lara snapped. 2 years? I can't keep posting fake smiles while I struggle with you. I want more. I want better." The other customers in the restaurant were silent by now and looking at them. Emeka sat still with shame. "So, what are you saying?" Lara stood up. "I am saying I am done. I deserve more than a man who delivers packages for a living." She picked her purse, flicked her curly hair, and walked out of the restaurant, leaving Emeka and the photo frame on the table. At home, Emeka sat on the floor of his small one-room apartment with the photo frame in front of him. He didn't cry. Instead, he picked up his small black notebook and began to write. "Lara is gone, but maybe she did me a favor. I should focus on my plan for the next 12 months, register my business name, get a used delivery van, talk to Madam Rose again about investments, stay focused and never look back." After the breakup, Lara felt free at last. She returned home that night smiling to herself. She opened Instagram and posted a selfie with the caption, "Let's go of dead weight and watch your glow return." The likes and fire emojis started rolling in immediately. That's right, babe. Men must come correct or leave. She felt like a queen again. No more cheap dates or promises of some bright future. She was now ready for a new kind of man. 2 weeks later, Lara met Tega at the spa where she worked. He came to pick up his sister. He was tall, dark with a well-trimmed beard and designer slippers on his feet. He came in a shiny black Benz and flirted with Lara a little. They exchanged numbers, and by the end of the week, they had gone on their first date at a rooftop lounge in Victoria Island. Everything glowed, from the lights, the cocktails and the attention. In fact, Lara couldn't believe it. Within a month, Tega had bought her a new iPhone. He sent her money for data and weekend glow up, and even took her on a weekend getaway to Abuja. She was lost in her world of luxury and didn't remember Emeka at all. However, Emeka was busy. He didn't have time to scroll through Instagram or stalk Lara's updates. Every day, he woke up before sunrise and ended deliveries late at night. But something had changed in him. He stopped feeling sorry for himself. He opened a business account and bought a small second-hand delivery van through hire purchase. He also approached Madame Rose, a wealthy older woman who had known him since childhood. She ran a chain of pharmacies and trusted Emeka because of how responsibly he delivered her goods. So, when he approached her for a business push, she agreed to invest as a silent partner. They signed a contract, and just like that, Emeka's business began to grow. By the end of that year, he already had 4 vans, 5 riders, and a small office space. His old bike was now parked in the corner. But Lara didn't know. She still believed Emeka was riding through traffic with food on his back. One Friday, Lara ordered a package, luxury shoes from an online boutique. The seller said it would be delivered the next day. And on Saturday morning, a clean branded delivery van pulled up in front of her gate. She saw it through the window and walked out in shorts with her phone in hand, chewing gum. As she saw the man holding the package, her heart did a small backflip. It was Emeka. He stood confidently, holding a branded delivery package in one hand and a tablet on the other. He wore a clean black polo shirt with "Swift Run Logistic" written on it and fitted trousers. Actually, he looked sharper and cleaner, but Lara didn't notice all of that. She only saw her ex-boyfriend still delivering things, so she immediately gave him a mocking smile. Wow, life really didn't upgrade you, eh? You are still carrying people's bags up and down. Emeka didn't say a word. He simply handed over the parcel with a polite smile. "Sign here, ma," he said, tapping the screen calmly. "No problem, Mr. Delivery." Lara laughed as she scribbled something on the tablet. Then she stepped back and brought out her phone. "Let's make this fun," she whispered to herself. She opened TikTok and began recording. With the camera on, she started talking dramatically. "Ladies, always aim high. Imagine dating this man. Yes, this one right here who delivers shoes for a living. Thank God I escaped early. I can't come and be doing bike and love up and down." She zoomed the camera onto Emeka, who remained calm. "Emeka, say hi to TikTok now. Say something inspirational, like how you can lose the girl but still deliver her shoes." Lara laughed. Emeka simply looked at her, smiled briefly, and walked back into his van. He didn't say a word. Neither did he look offended. Lara went in and uploaded the video with a laughing emoji caption, "From ex-boyfriend to delivery boy, you can't make this stuff up." Within minutes, the video started trending. 10K views, 20K views, even 50K views. The comments flooded in too. "You dodged a bullet, babe. He still looks better than your current man, Sha. Why mock someone who is hustling? This is why some women can never see good men." But Lara didn't care. She was getting her views. Her account was growing, and she even got a DM from a skincare brand asking for a shout out. She felt like a star at the moment. Meanwhile, back in the Swift Run logistic office, Emeka sat behind a sleek desk, drinking cold water and laughing with his staff. One of them, a young lady named Ify, showed him the viral video. "Oga, your ex has turned you to content oh." He smiled, watched the video and shook his head. "Leave her, let her enjoy the moment." He didn't react. He simply got back to work and sent out salaries for the week. But Karma was already preparing Lara's own delivery. 3 months after the viral video, Lara was still glowing. Her TikTok following had jumped. Brands were reaching out, and she had even launched a mini soft girl series where she gave dating advice, mostly mocking broke men and calling herself a woman of standards. But while Lara was busy building her online image, her real life was beginning to rot from underneath. One Tuesday morning, she woke up from sleep when she noticed something strange. Tega's Benz wasn't in the compound. It was already past 8 a.m. and yet he was not back. She called him. "Hey baby, you didn't come back last night. Hope all is okay." Yeah, I slept at a friend's place. Don't worry," Tega replied casually. "Which friend?" Lara asked. "Lara, abeg, I am busy. I'll call you later." And with that, the call ended. Lara was shocked. He's busy? That didn't sit well with her, but she let it slide. And then 2 nights later, she was in bed scrolling through reels when she got a call from an unknown number. "Hello? Is this Miss Lara Daniels?" the voice asked. "Yes, who is this?" "This is Officer Idris from the EFCC. Your name has come up in connection with a financial fraud case. We would like you to report to our office tomorrow." Lara sat up sharply. "Wait, what? Fraud? I don't understand." "We'll explain at the station when you come." The line went dead. Lara's heart began to race. She tried calling Tega, but his phone was switched off. The next morning, she had barely finished dressing when loud knocks echoed at her gate. Bang, bang, bang. "Open up, it is EFCC." Before she could grab her slippers, her gate was pushed open. 4 men in jackets and a female officer walked in. One of them held a warrant. "Are you Lara Daniels?" "Yes, but what is going on?" she asked. "You are a listed beneficiary on suspicious transactions linked to Tega Johnson. We have to take you in for questioning." Lara was shocked. "I don't understand. I don't do fraud. I don't even..." "Madam, you can explain all of that at the station." They collected her phone and escorted her into their van. After hours of questioning, Lara was told the bitter truth. Tega had been under investigation for months. The Benz, the gifts, the trips were all funded by stolen money. And worst of all was that he had used Lara's name to register one of his shell accounts. Now, they were trying to trace the fund. Her bank account was frozen, and she was told to stay in the city after being released on bail. That same week, her landlord served her a quit notice due to public disgrace. Brands pulled down their promotions with her, and her spa job asked her to stay away until her name was cleared. Suddenly, the soft life ended and reality came crashing down hard and fast. With nowhere else to go, Lara packed her bags and moved into a friend's tiny 1-room apartment in Yanopaja. The reality quality of her life had changed so fast that her mind couldn't even catch up. 2 months ago, she was unboxing gifts from Tega and laughing on TikTok. Now, she was jobless, broke, and one signature away from being locked in EFCC custody. One morning, as she lay on the mattress staring at her phone helplessly and hopelessly, an ad popped up. Swift Run Logistics is hiring. Receptionist needed. She paused, bit her lip, and clicked apply. She didn't know who the boss was, and she didn't even care as long as she got something to feed with. She submitted her CV online, borrowed a corporate outfit from her friend, and took a bus to their Lekki Phase 1 office for the interview. The moment she entered the compound, she paused. The building was clean and classy. The logo was shiny, and a branded delivery van drove past her into the parking space. Lara blinked. Something felt familiar. A young woman in corporate wear welcomed her with a smile. "Good morning. Are you here for the admin role interview?" "Yes," Lara replied. "All right, please have a seat. Sir will see you shortly." "Sir?" Lara nodded and sat down. 20 minutes passed. Then the door opened. "You can come in now," the receptionist said. Lara stood up, adjusted her clothes, and walked into the air-conditioned office. And there he was, the CEO, Emeka. He sat behind a glass desk, wearing a navy blue suit, looking effortlessly classy. He looked up from his laptop. Their eyes met, and Lara froze. Emeka leaned back in his chair calmly. "Miss Lara Daniels," he said, glancing at her CV. "Have a seat." Lara sat slowly and tried to smile, but her heart was pounding hard. "Emeka, I didn't know you own this place." "I don't own it," Emeka replied. Lara heaved a sigh of relief until Emeka added, "I built it. That is different." Lara swallowed hard. You look different." Emeka smiled. "I suppose success changes people." They were silent for a while until Lara finally said, "See, I didn't come here to beg. I applied like everyone else. Things have been really rough lately. I know we didn't end well, but I really need this job." Emeka nodded professionally. "I watched your TikTok video." Lara's face turned red instantly. I was just being silly. I didn't mean it." "Well, it helped me actually," Emeka interrupted. "You gave me free publicity. After that video went viral, people noticed my brand name. Clients came and I gained more visibility." He stood up and walked towards the window. "Lara, you made me feel worthless once, but that feeling became fuel. Well, today, I don't hate you. Rather, I thank you." He turned around. "But I don't think this is the job for you." Tears filled Lara's eyes instantly. "Please, Emeka, I will work hard. I will sweep the office if I have to." He looked at her for a long moment. Then he picked up a file and handed it to her. "This is a list of companies looking for front desk assistants. Try them." Lara was confused. You are not punishing me?" Emeka shook his head. "No, life already did that." Weeks after Lara walked out of Emeka's office, life continued painfully. She had applied to all the companies Emeka listed in that file, but only one responded. It was a boutique on the mainland who needed a part-time sales assistant. The pay was small and the hours were long. But Lara had no choice. She tied her hair, wore flat shoes, and stood behind the counter all day, helping women try on clothes she could no longer afford. Some days, she didn't even eat till night. Still, she pushed on. One Saturday morning, her manager walked in holding a shiny gold shopping bag. "Lara, we need this delivered urgently to a VIP client in Ikoyi. Their usual dispatch guy is stuck in traffic. The client is very important." Lara blinked. "Me? Deliver it?" Yes, we trust you, and the customer specifically requested for a woman. Lara nodded. She changed into a clean outfit, carried the bag, and entered a taxi. The car pulled up in front of a grand house in Ikoyi. This was the kind of place she used to dream of living in. She rang the bell and a maid opened the gates. Delivery from Lush Boutique for Madame Rose. Okay, come in, the maid said. Lara stepped into the compound and gasped quietly. There was a garden and a water fountain. She felt like she had entered another planet. Inside the house, a tall, elegant woman sat in the living room. She should be in her mid-60s. Good afternoon, ma, Lara greeted and handed her the bag. This is your delivery. Thank you, dear, Madame Rose said warmly. You are from Lush Boutique, right? Yes, ma. Suddenly, footsteps approached from behind and Lara turned. Not again. It was Emeka. He was dressed in a white native attire, looking sharp and confident. But he wasn't alone. A woman walked beside him. She was beautiful, classy, and wore a medical ID tag, Dr. Chiamaka Onu. Emeka smiled and walked over. Lara, what a surprise. Lara tried to find her lost tongue. Do you live here? She asked. Yes, this is my home. And she's my wife, Emeka said, and placed a hand on Chiamaka's back. We got married last month. Lara felt like the floor beneath her had vanished. She smiled weakly, trying to hide the pain. Congratulations. Chiamaka smiled and added, you work with a boutique? Please thank your manager for me. I love their collection. Lara nodded and slowly stepped backward. I should go. In the taxi, she finally let the tears fall. Not because Emeka had married someone else, but because she had helped build the man she wanted. And then she mocked him before the harvest. She remembered her words that day at the restaurant. I deserve more than a delivery man. Now, this same delivery man had become everything she ever prayed for, and she was now his delivery woman. Thank you for watching the story. Kindly share your thoughts about the story with me in the comment section. Give the story a thumbs up and share the story out with your loved ones. Subscribe to this channel for more interesting stories. Thank you and remain blessed.